9:05 a.m. Good morning, my love. Hello, John. What's the matter, honey? You look terrible. Dave knows about us, John. He ran into me this morning. Said one of his friends saw us last night at the restaurant. Damn, this might complicate things, Jen. But it's not the end of the world. We were talking about it. I know, John, but when the time came, it hurt. After all, Dave and I have been married for 25 years and have 2 children. What did you tell him? Almost the same as what we agreed on. I didn't deny it. You know I'm a bad liar, John. And what? As I said, I basically stuck to the script you suggested. Told him the truth. What? That you are a successful career woman, a lawyer, who has been married to a simple mechanic all her adult life. A guy who never tried to improve himself. At least once in your life you would like to be with an alpha male, with someone who is your equal, a person who can take responsibility, not someone who obeys your wishes at every turn. Yes, to a large extent, but don't suppress it too much. Now he has his own business and his profession provides for the children and me. It's just that when we rehearsed this, I felt like I deserved someone like you. But when he reminded me of the years of support, both emotional and financial, he provided. Do you know what I mean? Did you tell him everything? What if he doesn't accept the status quo? The firm will support you in the divorce and leave him penniless. Yes, I did that, John. The only problem is that he didn't seem to care about any of it. He just kept saying that he couldn't believe I was leaving him after all his devotion. I have to say, John, it hurts. I tried to tell him that I wasn't giving up on him. I just felt like I deserved a little more, but I don't think he understood that. I don't want to lose him, John. A little more, Jen? I'm offended. You said that you like having sex with me, that you have never experienced such pleasure with him. Honey, you told me it took you places good old hubby hasn't taken you in years. Did you or didn't you say that you've never had sex like this? Yes. Yes, that's what I said, John. But I told you I didn't have that experience when I married Dave, and he was always so affectionate. You are so different, so powerful and demanding that it just captured me. Yes, and I will continue to destroy you, my love. Your husband will just have to accept the fact that you now have an extra dimension. With you, he lost his status as leader. I'm the alpha male here, and he'll have to deal with that. Still, I hate to think that I cost you 25 years of marriage. You know what? I'll get some paperwork ready and then I'll go see him this afternoon. Leave me the address of his workshop. What documents, John? Everything I can think of, Jen. You know the joke we play on all the gullible fools. An order forbidding him from coming near you, me, or your home. The papers freezing his company's bank accounts are just the beginning. Inundating him with papers that he has no right to know is simply a bluff. Your little hubby will soon be told in no uncertain terms who the alpha is. Trust me, honey, by the time I'm done torturing him, he'll be begging you to give him everything you want. I don't know, John. You didn't see his face this morning. 2:17 p.m. Mr. Brown, may I come in? My name is... I know who you are. Okay, it saves time. I believe Jenny told you this morning that the arrangement she and I have made will continue for the foreseeable future. I guess she didn't tell you why you would allow this. If only I could put my briefcase here, thank you. I don't know if you know, but I'm the owner of the company where Jenny works. This means that I have over 20 attorneys at my disposal, and I can absolutely assure you that each of them was chosen because of their excellent track record of winning cases. More than half of them have experience in divorce law, and believe me, I will not hesitate to put any of them against you. These documents are exactly what I prepared this morning. I'll go through them briefly. This is a petition for divorce. See, your wife has already signed it. This is an order to freeze your company's accounts until the business is sold through a settlement. This is an order giving you 24 hours to leave your marital home. These 4 are restraining orders keeping you at least 200 meters away from me, Jenny, her home, and our place of work. Do you understand which way this is going to go, Davy? I'll inundate you with lawsuits so much that you can't even move. You'll give up eventually when you don't have a penny left to find the world's worst lawyer. And guess what? And all this time I will have sex with your wife. Yes, I see that you are bigger and stronger than me. But you have to understand that Neanderthals no longer rule the world. Brains won over brawn many years ago. Look, Mr. Brown, it doesn't have to be this way. Not at all. Let's just keep the status quo, okay? I will continue to have sex with her whenever I want, and you will continue to have sex with her whenever she wants. Just like the last 4 months. Hey, why make waves? Someday I'll get tired of her, and then she'll be all yours again. Okay, I've said my part. Let's face it, if you were all she needed, we wouldn't be here right now, would we? My advice is to just accept it. Think about it. Use this as an opportunity for self-improvement. But one piece of advice, buddy, leave your wife alone. I stole her from you not because I was the most charming guy who tried, but because I was the alpha male and told her how it would end. I will do the same with you. Are you done yet, Chatterbox? I see that, like most of modern society, you have no idea what the term alpha male means. Do you want a simple mechanic to explain this to you? Come on, tell me what it means. Well, they say, it's better to see once than to hear 100 times. With these words, Dave takes a half step forward and punches the lawyer in the face with his right fist. There is a satisfying crunch of cartilage and knocked out teeth. John falls to the floor, leaning his back against the wall of the workshop, an expression of absolute amazement clearly visible on the intact part of his face. Before the pain really hits, Dave pulls John to his feet, only to uppercut him again to the diaphragm. This time, John lies on his side, trying to catch his breath. Just then, Dave's steel-capped right boot stomps on the lawyer's outstretched hand, breaking his wrist and several bones in his hand. A boot to the chest, breaking 3 ribs, momentarily calmed Dave's rage. And, Mr. Alpha, it would be very helpful if you would stop squealing. I'm trying to teach you something. By the way, thank you for making me break the promise I made to myself back in school to never use my size and strength to offend. I was going to leave you out of the things Jen did until you stormed in here and rubbed my nose in it. Even calm men have their turning points. Dave puts his foot on John's throat until John has his attention again. Now, let's get back to your education. The term alpha male comes from wolf packs. He is the only wolf who tells everyone else what to do. He may not be the smartest wolf, or even the biggest, but he is the meanest bastard around. One that will kill without the slightest hesitation. He is absolutely ruthless, and you, son, don't even come close. You may be the alpha in the little world of your air-conditioned office, but out here in the big bad world, you're just a nobody. And I really wouldn't call you smart. You didn't even bring witnesses, you stupid bastard. Now let's look at a possible future. The first option is to report it to the police. Maybe I'll be arrested, or maybe not. Maybe I'll be released on bail, or maybe not. Maybe they'll pin it on me, or maybe not. There could be a lot there, John. At worst, I'll get 5 years of training in prison. 5 years of learning how to hurt people, how to kill and hide a body so that no one will ever find it. And then, when I finish my apprenticeship, we will have another conversation like this. Or, Chatterbox, you can chalk it up to experience. Use this as one of your lessons about what can happen when you have sex with another man's wife. Now, fuck off. I have some cleaning to do thanks to you bleeding, and Jesus Christ, you're shitting yourself on my beautiful, clean workshop floor. Alpha, my fucking ass. 6:51 p.m. John, I'm waiting for you in the office. I thought you'd been back a long time ago. Where are you? I just got admitted to the ward after being in the operating room for 3 hours, Jen. My God, what happened? Did you have an accident? No, Jen. I underestimated your husband. I foolishly went to see him alone. He broke my nose, my left arm, several ribs, and possibly my cheekbone. I don't believe it, John. As far as I know, he was never violent. Trust me, it's true. If you want, I'll show you the x-rays. My God, I cannot believe this. Not my Dave. Is there any way to stop you from going to the police? We ourselves are to blame for something. Despite what he did, Dave doesn't deserve to go to jail over this. The police already called, Jen. I told them that I was hit by an unknown driver. Your sweet, gentle husband told me that no matter how bad I feel right now, this is only the down payment on what I can expect if I press charges. I can't risk it again, Jenny. I decided to keep my mouth shut. That sounds a little stupid, John. It looks like you're afraid of him. I just can't believe it. Dave wouldn't hurt a fly. Well, believe me, I've got the broken bones to prove it. Just doing what I need to do to survive, Jen. And now I have to go. They filled me with painkillers and are starting to take effect. 9:18 a.m. the next day, at John's hospital bed. John? John, you need to help me. Last night I drove until 8. I didn't know if it would be safe to return home. I tried calling Dave to ask, but he never picked up. When I finally ventured back home, all the locks had been changed. I couldn't get in. In the end, I stayed with my sister. I checked this morning and all of our bank accounts are empty and none of our credit cards are working. You have to help me. Can you get one of the divorce guys to start the process of removing Dave from the house? Can I stay with you until then? No, Jen. But why, John? Because of all this. If I use the company's assets and resources to help you, he will have a reason to come after me again. Actually, I'm going to play it safe. You're fired, Jen. I'll pay you an extra 4 weeks of severance if you pack up and leave today. Can you tell Dave I fired you if you see him, please? Didn't you hear me, John? Dave cleaned me out. Without money, work, and your help, I'm in complete shit. I'm so sorry, Jen. You didn't see your husband's face when he beat me. I do what I have to do. You're pathetic, John. Yesterday you bragged about being an alpha male. Today you are trembling and worried because my husband is 10 times your size. How I could think that I would be a queen if I ended up with you is beyond me. And you are delusional in thinking that I would ever take a traitor like you seriously. Epilogue 10. The same day. Jennifer Brown sat in her stalled car on the side of the road. With empty credit cards and no cash, it was only a matter of time before she ran out of gas. Luckily, Dave didn't think to cancel her phone connection. Or was he being calculatedly cruel? She was traveling to the city where her 2 children now lived, seeking refuge. In all these years, they never let more than an hour pass before answering her messages. She started calling them just after 10 in the morning. She checked the messages again. 0. Jenny sighed, grabbed her useless purse, and got out of the car. Straightening her skirt, she stepped to the side of the road and stuck out her thumb. The predator approaching in a wrecked van smiled to himself when he saw a lone woman on the side of the road. He wouldn't call himself an alpha male. Even he was wise enough to understand that loners were not called that. His smile widened as he approached her. This stretch of road has always been productive for him. Subscribe to our channel so that your second chaff doesn't cheat on you, and go ahead and listen to the next story, because this story is nothing compared to the next one. If you're under 18, don't even think about listening to the next one. Listening to the next one. Listening